Question 19. In the diagram below, ABCD is a trapezium. Length AE is 37.5 centimetres. DE equals CF. Find the value of X. Okay, so this is a multi-stage problem. It involves Pythagoras and it will also involve trigonometry. So what we need to work with is what we can find. So over here we've got a triangle, which is a right angle triangle. We also have two lengths for this right angle triangle, and that means we can find this length here. Okay, and so the formula for Pythagoras to solve this part of the question is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or in this case the diagonal, which is what we call the c, the hypotenuse, c squared minus one of the other sides, let's call that b squared, equals a squared. So what we've got here is 62.5 squared for c, because we said this was c, 62.5 squared minus b, which is this side here we're going to call 37.5 squared equals a squared. Okay, calculate both of those. 62.5 squared is 3906.25. Resist the temptation to round your numbers too soon. Rounding should really wait until the end. You might have to round some of these numbers, but keep quite a few decimal places until the very end of the question. You subtract those two together from each other, and you find that your answer is 2,500. So a squared equals 2,500, but we don't want a squared, we want a, so we square root that 2,500, and that gives us 50. So that means that we've now found the length over here of this side of the triangle is 50. This is DE, and it says here DE equals CF, so we know that that also equals the same length over here, so 50. Okay, I'm going to rub out my working because I need the actual page to do some more calculations now. So the bits of information we need are simply that height there is 50. Okay, using the value of this to be 50 and this to be 80, we need to find the angle here x, and this is trigonometry. So when we do trigonometry, there's the quick rule we need to remember, which you probably remember from school: so, ka, toa. Okay, and you need to work out what sides of the triangle we currently know. So we know this side here, and we know this side here. This is the hypotenuse because it's the longest side. This is the opposite side because it's opposite the angle x we're looking for. The adjacent side, which we don't have, but I'll just explain it here, it's adjacent because it runs along the side that has the angle on it, but it isn't the hypotenuse. That would be the adjacent there. So in actual fact, the sides we know are the opposite and the hypotenuse. And if you have the opposite and hypotenuse, according to the rule of SOHCAHTOA, opposite and hypotenuse, we need opposite hypotenuse, so it's this one here, and the S stands for sine. So we have sine, and then the angle, in this case we don't know it, x equals, the rule of SOHCAHTOA is, SOHCAHTOA means opposite over hypotenuse, so we have 50 over 80. Okay, now to solve this on your calculator, you need to go to shift sine, that will give you the sine 2 minus 1, it will open a bracket, and then there you need to put your fraction, which is your 50 over your 80, 50 over your 80, then you need to press equals, and you get the answer 38.6821. It goes on for a while. Now you can round it to a reasonable figure. let's say 2 decimal places, so it's 38.68. Remember, we are talking about an angle, so x equals that, and it's a degree.